It is day 2 of the Sean Diddy Combs federal trial. Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, she is one of Combs' many accusers, testifying as a central witness.
Is she ready?
Very ready and confident. Thank you.
Among other things, the singer is expected to address the 2016 video of Combs attacking her in a hotel when she was his girlfriend.
He was once called a music mogul, a kingmaker, one of hip-hop's biggest success stories. But that image fell apart yesterday when Cassie Ventura took the stand in court. As she spoke, Diddy's expression changed. His face went pale. Her testimony described events so shocking that even veteran courtroom reporters were left stunned. The man who once ran a music empire sat in silence, unable to hide his reaction, as Cassie laid out every detail of what she says happened behind closed doors.
She walked in there, Rachel. She had on a brown dress, form-fitting, visibly pregnant, head held high, and did not make any eye contact with the defendant, with Sean Combs. She said that Sean Combs directed everything from what she had on, to the lighting in the room, to how she was supposed to interact with the person that she was having sex with. And again, just to reiterate what is a freak-off, the freak-off essentially was something that Cassie said she learned about through Sean Combs about a year into their relationship. He described it as voyeurism, wanting to watch her have sex with someone else. And she said that she did it because she was 22, 21, she was young, she didn't know any better, and that she wanted to please Sean Combs.
Among other things, the singer is expected to address the 2016 video of Combs attacking her in a hotel when she was his girlfriend. Combs has pleaded not guilty. His attorneys argue the video is evidence of jealousy, not sex trafficking. And now for the first time, jurors are hearing what Cassie has to say about that and other aspects of their 10-year relationship.
For years, Sean Diddy Combs moved through the music world like he owned it, because, in many ways, he did. He built Bad Boy Records from the ground up, launched the careers of major artists, and grew his brand far beyond music, branching into fashion, liquor, and media. On the surface, Diddy was the definition of success, a man who turned hip-hop into big business. He was praised as a visionary, a mentor, and a mogul. But according to what's now being revealed in court, that polished image may have been hiding something far more troubling. While magazines praised his business sense and fans celebrated his every move, Cassie's testimony is now casting a very different light on who he really was behind the scenes. While the world saw Diddy's polished performances and red carpet charm, Cassie Ventura was allegedly living a very different life behind the scenes. The contrast, as revealed in court yesterday, shocked everyone present. Here was a man known for his flawless image, always dressed in custom suits, perfectly groomed, saying all the right things in interviews. But the allegations now suggest a much darker side, one that fans never saw. Court reporters described how Diddy showed up for the second day looking every bit the billionaire mogul. He arrived with a team of expensive lawyers, nodding confidently to people as if nothing had changed inside the courtroom. Diddy even managed a few smiles. He looked more like he was heading into a boardroom than facing serious accusations from his ex-girlfriend. But that confident front didn't last. According to several witnesses, everything changed within the first half hour of Cass's testimony. His usual calm and swagger faded fast. The confident image cracked as she began to detail parts of their relationship. Diddy's lawyers jumped in with constant objections, trying to halt her words. But it wasn't enough. Think about that. A man who built a billion-dollar brand, who steered the careers of some of music's biggest names, who made high-stakes deals, now sitting in court, unable to control his reactions. Witnesses said he fidgeted in his seat, visibly shaken. In that moment, the power dynamic had completely shifted. Cassie had the floor, and Diddy could only listen. Everyone in the courtroom was locked in on Diddy. His face, once confident, had gone pale, like the energy had drained right out of him. He started adjusting his tie, then his cufflinks.
Some point in time, she actually had said that she looked forward to the freak-offs. Why did Cassie express looking forward to these said freak-offs?
When the prosecution asked her, was there ever a time that you enjoyed the freak-offs? This is when Cassie got choked up and she said, I did, but only because I got to spend one-on-one time with Combs, and I really did love him.
And that is speaking to the psychological abuse, in addition to the physical abuse that she potentially experienced.
Yeah, she's definitely laying out someone who was young, who was influenced by wanting to have this record career. She signed a 10-album deal with Bad Boy Entertainment, led by Sean Combs, and basically describes being enamored by Sean Combs, loving him, not knowing about certain things sexually, and him sort of telling her, teaching her about that. And what you hear is someone that was young and she even said, I was young, I was naive, I didn't know any better. But she's really telling the story of someone who thought she was going to be with someone in this music industry that was going to help her career, that cared about her, but quickly learned after the freak-offs that wasn't the case. And what I thought was also interesting is she said that after that first freak-off, she said she felt dirty. She didn't want to do it. And when she brought up the idea of having a conversation about the freak-offs in an email, which the jurors saw, she said she backpedaled in the email because Combs responded by saying, I know, you don't want to do it. And she said, oh no, well, it's not that. But that was the beginning. That was in 2010, where she brings up in an email that she wanted to have a conversation about this. And in her words, she didn't want to do it, but she felt like she had to do it.
Well, Diane, prosecutors have wasted no time getting right into the alleged abuse that Cassie Ventura says she endured for years. Ventura telling jurors, quote, he would bash my head, knock me over, drag me, kick me, stomp me in the head when I was down. She also got into the nature of those so-called freak-offs, saying that they involved hiring an escort and they performed under the direction of Combs, saying that they happened so frequently it eventually became a job for her to set them up. Ventura said she did not feel she had much of a choice but to participate, that she feared that Combs would retaliate or potentially blackmail her if she did not. And she's had at times to she's taken deep breaths, pausing her testimony, Combs appearing to be listening pretty passively with his hands in his lap at the defense table.